Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Halo Combat Evolved. This is episode number 7, and the name of the episode here is The Library. So this is the episode directly following 343 Guilty Spark. We are able to see, I guess, what I would term like the full reinforcement of the Flood here. They now know they've been released from the ring. They're ready to cause havoc. I'm guessing that they are very well aware that we are planning to destroy them, especially now that we have 343 Guilty Spark with us, who insisted that he knows how to destroy them and is going to help us to do so. So we are following through him in order to get what he called the Index, I believe. And after we get said item, we should be able to put a rest to the Flood. So rest assured, there is a solution for the outbreak, according to this man, and we will be going there. Now, this episode, much like some of the upcoming episodes, there will be a little bit cut out of some of the episodes moving forward, just because the length is so large. I do give my word, when I do Halo 2, I plan to split all of the episodes in half, so they condensed what would be 10, they're 10 levels, but which likely should have been closer to like 15 to 20 levels when it originally came out. And because of that, it does feel like things, like there's really long episodes and then episodes that are like our average length, like the 30-minute mark. So moving forward, like I said, when we do Halo 2, we will be splitting up the episodes a little bit more, like part 1, part 2 kind of stuff. But for this series, I believe it's okay. The series finale will likely be really long. I won't cut anything out of that, but I think up until that point, I'm just going to cut out areas of the game that are overly repetitive, for sake of better words. Just areas that have a tendency to repeat themselves over and over again, but we'll see how that goes when we venture into Halo 2. Until then, we're going to stick with this format here because it seems to be working relatively well. The Flood, of course, is causing devastation. This is, I have to say, the next episode is really, really difficult. I struggled a lot with it, but this episode is right up there with it. Man, there's just so much Flood, and they are just all over the place and causing so many problems that it is tough to deal with them. I mean, even when we get to see them, like, a little bit, like, they are just all over the place, and they just keep coming and coming. I would say that, like, the Covenant are tough at times because they're strategic. The Flood are difficult solely due to the numbers. Like, there's just so many. And I did take a second, so we need to get to the center of this. That's where the Index is that will activate Halo. And I wanted to take a look at what it looked like down there. And of course, I got disrupted looking at it by something attacking me. I believe it's the Flood, but I have no idea where that attack actually came from, so I guess we will progress. Oh man, there is Flood everywhere. They are all over the place. It is never fun. I'm slowly unlocking achievements. I don't even know how I'm unlocking them. If I took a minute to read them, I likely would have a better idea, but I mean, there's not really time to be looking as to like what achievements we're unlocking and how we're unlocking them. We just need to get through this because it is just complete and utter carnage going on here. These little guys, man, these little guys will be the death of me. They don't really cause a problem until there's a whole boatload of them. And like I said, it's just the sheer numbers that we're dealing with. There are so many enemies. And these big poof ball things, I'm not sure if they were in the previous episode. I don't think they were in 343 Guilty Spark. But if you haven't gathered from the gameplay thus far, what they do is they try to get close to you and then they lay on the ground and explode, and then a whole bunch of the small things come out of them. Now, if you can manually take them down before they do that, you get less small things, less of the small versions of the Flood that come out of their deceased bodies, but number one, it can be a struggle to get them at a range that's fair enough to do so. And then number two, I guess, the other big element in the room is they're all over the place. So sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. The sticky bombs and stuff like that don't stick to the Flood as well as they stick to other enemies. And there's still a small amount that come out even when you burst their heads like I just did there. So it can be challenging to deal with the number of Flood. Those small guys don't tend to be a big deal. But when you have very little health left, like, they can be huge. Like, that can be the matter of life or death. But Guilty Spark is working his way through everything. We are just sort of waiting on him to open doors and things like that. And anytime he's like, oh, just hang on, I need to go unlock something, you know that means we're about to be freaking bombarded by a bunch of enemies. I can see them here coming from the right side. Let's just get the hell out of here. I was gonna start out with the shotgun there because I was expecting a bum rush, but we didn't get one, which is nice. Guilty Spark, which way are you going? And it is nice, you'll see like these little arrows on the floor. So that was put in after the release. That was not there in the original Halo Combat Evolved. But it is nice that they included that, because otherwise I could see you getting, and I'm sure when I was a young lad, I got severely lost here. I don't have any distinct memories of being lost here, but like I said, I've condensed this episode down to 46 minutes, and you could see some cuts, like right there. There was obviously a cut. But, even then, like, to condense with cuts down to 46 minutes is pretty impressive. I think this episode in total took me... It was over an hour. Maybe like an hour and 20 minutes. And that's... I mean, that's how Flood episodes go. When everything's hitting the fan, and it's gonna get even worse, because, right, the plan here is to activate Halo. If we could do that smoothly, it'll be a nice, clean process. If there's any hiccups, we are likely going to have to run into the Covenant at full force again, with the Flood now loose and about, which is going to be a problem. Like, yeah, we have two armies now that we're fighting against, which is going to be a major issue. I do try to stick with the assault rifle here through the majority of the episode. The assault rifle is the most effective of against the smaller Flood. Although I will say, like, the shotgun, and in comparison, the Covenant plasma rifle and any sort of weapons like that are really, really effective against the Flood. Like, they make quick work compared to the assault rifle. So if you're using the assault rifle against, like, the Flood that's the full size, you're probably wasting a lot of ammunition. Like you see there, that didn't do much. Now, the shotgun helps a bit, but any of the alien rifles would have fared better compared to the assault rifle here. Just for whatever reason, it seems the Covenant weaponry always works better. Now, that's the exception right there, the Needler. I hate the Needler. I love its gimmick, right? Like, a whole bunch of needles hit, and then eventually, if there's enough needles on the opponent, it blows up. But here's what tends to happen, is the opponent tends to get close enough to me that by the time the needles go off, I'm in direct contact with the thing that I'm shooting at, and then I just end up dying. And the sticky grenades seem like a good idea there against the big Flood puff heads, but all it does is knock them back, and then they explode when they land. So you could just be launching a whole bunch of Flood directly behind you, who are ready to kill you. I've done that. I'll do that multiple times in this episode, I'm sure. It just tends to be something that I do to myself, I guess. But it does look like we're actually hanging on to like a fair amount of ammunition. I wouldn't say it's like solid, but it's good enough. The amount of ammunition that we're holding on to. That guy came jumping down, which strikes me as there's going to be a whole lot more flood over here. Always fun to deal with. And I know I reload excessively, but I mean, when it comes to the flood, I could be unloading 12 to 20 shots at a time and not even putting a dent into things coming at me. So I'm sure it does seem excessive, but I promise you, I'm trying my best. It just, I mean, it's realistically how many shots we need to put into this enemy to take him down. There are so many flood here. And this episode really is the episode that, like, helps bridge that gap. It shows, like, how distinctly of a problem the flood are. Right? They're not a threat to be taken lightly. There is a literal shitload of them. They are all over the place and consistently putting me in harm's way. I'm gonna wait till I heal up and then go get this extra shield. I'm sure this will be extremely useful as we have been taking a fair amount of damage. It hasn't been overly bad yet, although I am running low on shotgun ammunition, which is an alarming statement to make this early in the episode. With over 30 minutes to go, that is not a good sign of things to come. I'm gonna have to make do here with the assault rifle for a little bit, because like I said, yeah, that shotgun ammunition's becoming harder and harder to come by. And although my ammunition is good on the assault rifle, I know on these smaller flood guys, and even some of these bigger ones, we can definitely use a fair amount of ammunition for one singular guy, like this instance, where that was a complete waste. So I am going to start checking out corners and things like that, which is why I think this episode does take me a little bit longer than normal. Because, yeah, if we're truly in a spot where we need ammunition, I mean, we need ammunition, what are we going to do? The alternative is get completely wrecked by the flood. You can see there, even though I threw the grenades and they exploded, there's still some flood that comes out of them. And although you could say, well, you could leave those guys alone, I'll let you know for a fact, leaving those guys alone and having them pop behind you in the middle of a mission is devastation. That's how you lose a mission. It truly is. When it involves the flood, if you let them get any advantage from any angle on your side, like I said before, the flood through and through, the Covenant teach you how to deal with good AI. The flood teach you how to contain an area. Or it's, I don't even know how to word it. It's, I guess control of a certain zone. Like, there's just so freaking many of them. They're not overly strong, but I mean, if you're using like the weaponry that we're using right now, they could take hits like sponges, is what I'm trying to say. It's crowd control. That's the terminology I was looking for. The Covenant are strategic. The Flood are crowd control. You need to learn how to take down the masses, and how to do so rather efficiently, otherwise you get completely screwed. And if you think you need an episode or two to adjust, 343 Guilty Spark, the episode before this, is all you get. Outside of that, it's hope for the best, and do what you can do. Until next time, and then you'll get screwed. And that's what we are seeing here in this episode, it is just a lot. And even right now, the lack of ammunition I have is really bad for heading into an area like this, which looks like I'm about to be bombarded from both sides. It is never swell. Luckily I wasn't. But now I'm almost completely and entirely out of ammunition. So I just need to find a gun. A gun would be nice. Because I have 3 shells with the shotgun, and I restart there because I die because I have 3 shells with the shotgun. And a whole army unfolds up here. Now luckily the Sentinels come. They were at the end of the last episode. I think I had checked out before that had come into fruition. In the last episode, I got some shotgun ammunition there, which is always good. But the Sentinels are this... I don't want to call them alien, because technically they are, but... Along with 343 Guilty Spark, the Sentinels were put in place to keep the Flood under containment. So their weaponry is designed specifically with the intention of taking down the Flood. So they do a good job, they do a lot of damage. I guess we'll take a Needler here. And they are going to be our allies in taking down the Flood here. They're going to be what helps us. I'm looking for... Okay, there's an assault rifle. That's okay. I was looking for a plasma rifle, but I'll stick with the assault rifle. That's cool, too. No big complaints there. We can see what they look like in the old graphics. We should. It kills me. I don't know if we switched to the old graphics in episode 1, but there is an award for, in the Master Chief Collection, which is the version of this game that I am playing. I actually think this looks cooler in the old graphics. There is an award for, viewing every single level in the old graphics at least once. And with the title of, oh wait, it gets worse, might as well crack a soda pop. I don't think we cut the entirety of a floor here, but I do think we cut a good chunk of some of the floors. Just because, like I said, what you've seen so far, the rest of this level is that on steroids. Like, that's just, it's a repetition of these few areas to get the index on steroids. Like, that's it. That's the entirety of the episode, so if you want to tune out now, just let me know that I let you know, I guess. And peace out, Girl Scout. We'll see you on the next one. Hope you liked. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. But for those who are going to hang out for the entirety of the episode, let's continue demolishing the Flood here, because that's all we can really do. And I do a jump there because, like I said, it's just a complete circle, circle, circle. And then eventually, we get to go down into a section like this. Or, we are forced down into a section like this, I should put it. And these tend to be the more heated of the sections in this level. Yeah, it's just close quarters with the Flood. There's not much you can do. So we're making our way downtown, trying to avoid the Flood and probably not die. Okay, we go take out some of those. Some more Flood are coming this way. Let's make a hard stand here. Shoot down the gallows. Okay, switch into the shotgun. Yeah, I mean, it goes to show how much ammo did I just unload into the Flood. Like, that was a ton. I mean, the Sentinels are trying to help where they can, but they are not helping enough. They are very sporadic in how much help they actually offer. Now there's a whole bunch of shitload of these little guys. It is never fun. Man, the Flood is... There's so fucking many of them. I mean, I guess it's like any other zombie-like creature, right? Like, there's just gonna be a ton. I think when I said the F word there, the dog was looking at me kind of scared, but I cut out the whole rest of it. That's really all on that floor that's different from previous floors. Of course, here I picked up the plasma rifle, and I hauled my ass on out of there to get to the final floor. But I don't want to ride the elevator is the name of this one. So I think Yeah, I think we just cut out like a large portion of that floor. And then I think I leave the entirety of this one in here so you guys can see that, minus deaths and things like that, but... Like I said, I did need to condense the episode a little bit. The Sentinels are back to helping us, which is always good. Yeah, they're going to be beneficial at this point in the Let's Play. I mean, they're here distinctly to put an end to the Flood. So I will take them where I can get them. And I want that body there because I want the shotgun ammunition. So occasionally, like, what'll happen is, like, the Sentinels will kill somebody out in the distance, and I won't be able to find them because their body will be completely mutilated, and that always tends to suck. And I think I'd rather the plasma gun. No, it didn't have enough ammunition. If the plasma pistol had 100% ammunition, I think I'd rather it over the assault rifle at this point in time. It is worlds beyond more useful against the Flood than the assault rifle is. I mean, even when it comes to the small guys, like, just popping off a couple shots will take down, like, whole hordes of enemies. So it's another good way that, like, something I really value that, like, Kingdom Hearts does a piss poor job at. If you've watched any episodes on this channel before, you'll know that I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but Kingdom Hearts really lacks in diversity of the main weapon. Whereas in this game, it's actively giving us guns that are suited for the situation. And there you can see all the Sentinels are just taking care of the Flood. I'm kind of just going to hang out here for a minute and let them do that. But yeah, that's a good, like, duality there where, like, Kingdom Hearts will upgrade your weapon, but then it makes all the old weapons useless. Whereas in a game like Halo, like, each weapon serves its distinct purpose. Like, there's definitely times and places where you should use the Covenant weapons versus the UNSC weapons. I think I said that right for the first time. United Nations Security Council. UNSC. I said it right. Look at that, folks. I'm learning. I'm doing the thing. I'm learning the thing. Ah! We're doing it. What else can you say? Here we go. Take down some Flood. Like I said, this whole episode just feels like a fucking gauntlet. There's so much shit going on. We're past the 10-minute mark. I can curse all I want. Once you're past that, not that we have much of a filter on this channel anyways, but once you're past that, they can't really knock you. There was a plasma gun, but I do have 300 shots here left, so I feel like 300 ammunition in the assault rifle is more... It's probably the equivalent of a fully charged plasma gun. I'll give them that. Now, there are some Flood just hanging out here, so they haven't noticed me yet, so I'm just gonna pop shots off. Probably a bad idea, now looking at that. Yeah. Holy shit, yeah, probably fucking horrible. Really bad decision. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Oh my god, luckily they're not coming from this angle too, because otherwise we'd be completely and utterly fucked. There's so fucking many of them. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Hey, get the shotgun out, average. There you go, buddy. Jesus Christ. I mean, there's a lot of them, but holy shit. This is a literal shitload of them. And they caught me off guard there. I mean, it's one thing when, like, one or two enemies catch you off guard, but that was like a whole half a fucking army. Like, they were just there, ready to take me out. It looks like that might be another way to get... Oh. Fuck. I guess they have RPGs now. Fuck me. Okay, let's spawn back. I'm just gonna kill this guy immediately, because that's a problem. I want to pick up the RPG, but I really don't foresee, like, a reason we would need it. Like, it's a surprise kill, like it was right there. But, like, that's all that it serves to be, I think. Like, I really haven't seen any big moments where we're gonna need a gun like this. I might just keep it and fire it off just to have some fun. But realistically, I think it's a horrible weapon to have right now. Now, I say that and I walk away with it just because, I mean, we can always go back and get that weapon. Like, there's assault rifles and plenty of ammo and weapon drops happening throughout here as we defeat the Flood. And I thought it would be fun to use the RPG, if I'm gonna be honest, but outside of that, in this specific level, I don't think there's, like, what I would deem a legitimate reason to ever have this. I guess with these enemies here, it might help. Just blow some of them away. But even then, I feel like that could have been handled much better. I'm gonna try and run and get this, and then jump back, jump back. Holy fucking shit. Okay, that might have been a bad decision. Holy fuck me. Okay. Whew. My nerves are rattled. This has not been good. I'm gonna take the plasma gun here. I think it's a plasma rifle, but that's okay. It's alright. It's alright. We're good. We're good. Whew. 343 Guilty Spark is just, he's just, like, casually going on about his shit. Come on, man. The arrows are not pointing that way, so we do definitely have to go down that hallway. It's really hoping to demonstrate, like, how effective this fucking gun is, but we should have picked up that other plasma rifle. That would have been smart. It's always cool to use a plasma rifle. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much they just tear through these guys. Now, it eats through the ammunition a lot quicker, I'll give it that, but it is extremely effective against the Flood. Like, it's a solid weapon of choice to use against any Flood-type enemies. It doesn't help that they fucking reanimate. That will always get me going. I'm trying to convince my dog that everything's cool, but she hears me cursing. She hears me going on a storm. We're good, buddy. It's alright. But yeah, it is... I mean... Okay, yeah, I missed like half those shots. We might as well go shotgun right now, because we're about to get obliterated, and I'm not going to be able to make my point. Against the small guys, I mean, this is extremely helpful. I'm only doing this because I know there's another plasma rifle back over here that we left. Like the one that I said we should have picked up this one. I think it's right over here. Fuck. It didn't load. Because we got out of that load state, the weapon fucking dissolved from the surface of the planet. Fuck me. What is this? Okay, a green gun. I fucking hate these little pistol things, but if we can't find anything better, the Needler is definitely better. Only marginally, but it's better. Especially against the Flood. I'm just looking for any other sort of weapon. Even the pistol. Okay, shotgun ammunition. The shotgun's obviously the best. Okay, here we go. There we go, 100%. That's what we like to see, folks. This door has been unlocked, but looks like just to the minimum. Guilty Spark, luckily, was probably having some problems there. I'm guessing a whole bunch of shit is about to come out of these vents as he unlocks that door. Yeah, I'm guessing this isn't going to be a swell time. Let's just keep loading up grenades in this room, because this is going to be problematic. With how close combat everything is right now, the shotgun is the only option, and there's going to be a lot of fucking problems. I'm lucky I'm not dead yet. I have no idea how I'm not. This is really bad. Holy fucking shit. Jesus Christ. Get the hell out of here. Everybody die. Everybody die. Oh my god, I'm getting pegged from every single fucking angle. I have no idea how I'm still alive. And if you played this on any difficulty harder than normal, I have no idea how you're still alive. Like, Jesus Christ. It is brutal. Okay, okay. I'm at a good health right now. I haven't been completely annihilated yet. So that's always good news. There we go, cleared that one, and guess what, folks? Guess what? Another soda pop. Final one for the episode, I'm assuming. But here we go, we got the Sentinels with us. They're now gonna help us take out the Flood. We couldn't have used them all of those minutes ago, no. That would have been too much help. Had to deal with that on our own. Yeah, it is what it is at this point. And here's what it looked like in the old graphics, if you're wondering at this point in time in the video. Let's deal with some of these guys. I do believe they're... Usually, like, these exits like this indicate that there is an elevator we have to go through. So I'm guessing there's going to be an elevator right on the side of this that we have to navigate our way through. Honestly, at this point, I should just be running towards the elevators. I shouldn't be looking to kill every last enemy. The Sentinels are going to deal with it, and we can progress onward. It's not going to present a huge problem. I am low on ammunition here, which is never good. That's why I'm swinging my arm like a furious old man from a young BMX rider on his lawn. 4th floor. Tools, guns, keys to super weapons. Great intro name. Okay, there's health. That's always helpful. I'll take that. Holy fuck. Okay. We almost got just completely fucking run upon. And I am out of ammunition with this gun. I have 1 shot left. Yep, there we go. It's done. Now I have maybe 30 shells here with everything loaded into the gun and whatnot. Not looking good. I'm just looking for any sort of resupply here. And I don't get one, so I throw my gun in frustration. Anything at this point would be relatively nice. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Whatever the fuck it is. There was definitely a gun there on the ground, and I completely got fucked out of it. There we go. Another plasma gun. Perfect. I was gonna say, that's not fair. There was definitely a gun there. I definitely clicked to get said gun, and it didn't even appear on the screen as an option. Man, just the amount of Flood. I know I've said it numerous times in this episode, but it blows my mind. how serious this outbreak legitimately is. Like, this is a devastating problem. If this gets off this ring, we are dead. And I mean, luckily we have 343 Guilty Spark here, who is going to assist us in activating the Halo and getting rid of all of the Flood, as he has said before. Because I think otherwise, without that, we would be completely and entirely screwed. Like, as a civilization as a whole, I think everything would end. Like, after this, I think this is the end. Like, this spreading onto planets. I mean, the only reason we're dealing with it is because we're a super soldier. If we were not in the same situation, I think most people would be dead. I mean, it looked like everybody that went through the episode of 343 Guilty Spark wound up that way, and we haven't made contact with the others. Johnson, Keyes, those guys who were supposed to be on the planet, we haven't seen anything from them. So I'm hoping they're still alive, but judging by the army that we've seen, I have no idea. My guess goes to no. I'm gonna think they took one for the team and just stayed out in the fight, and what we see is what we get. It's gonna be my guess. But yeah, I'd be really surprised. Just with the amount of enemy here, it has to be unbearable for them to deal with. Like, there's no way you could just pound your way through this. I mean, we're the Master Chief and we're struggling. I mean, I cut out deaths in this episode. Obviously, we're struggling. I've definitely put more than enough deaths on the plate in this episode. And the next episode gets even worse. It is just it's a spiral. From here on out, we are gonna have problems with the Flood and the Covenant and everything else involved. But hopefully, 343 Guilty Spark can lead us to salvation here. That is the plan. If he can do that, then we should be good to go, folks. That should be all it takes. He's opening this door, little bit by little bit. Jesus, if he can only take his time a little bit fucking more. How am I not killing this thing? Fuck off. Fuck off. Seriously. I have full ammunition for the assault rifle, and I have decent... I'm never going to trade the shotgun out if the Flood's involved. Let's be real. The shotgun is the ultimate weapon against the Flood. There's not going to be a substitute. Check down there just to see if there's anything hidden. Okay, a health pack. I don't think we needed it, but I ran into it just to be sure. You never know. I've been screwed time and time again. So, might as well just run on into it and confirm. Here, I hit the pause there for a second. I think I actually had a call or something like that I had to take, so my apologies there. And of course, I'm blown out of this fucking world and almost dead from the fucking Flood for like the 30th time this episode. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, how many of them are there? These little guys, when I'm beeping red, all it takes is one hit from them and I'm dead. So they don't seem like a problem when you're first looking at them, but they could become like the biggest fucking threat in the world just due to the sheer number of them. and doing a little bit of damage when you're down on your luck. That's all they're good for. Those swines. Okay, but here we go. We don't need to go in that section. Apparently that guy does. He give us some ammunition. It was actually worthwhile to do that. Of course, now we're getting pegged all over the fucking place. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking fuck. It just continues to spiral. All of it. I know it's like a hell of a statement, but it feels like this whole fucking episode has just been like, how hard can you fuck me? Right? That's what it feels like it's been. So how hard can we turn the table around and just screw good old average Joe here? And I cut here because as soon as the doors open, it's immediate kamikaze, fuck you, average Joe. Like I was saying, how hard can you fuck me? Apparently really fucking hard is the answer. There's no way you can be expecting this. You're going to die your first time around, and there's a shitload of them, and they do not let the fuck up. It's fucking horrible. I fell down in a hole. I'm trying to get the fuck out of it. I'm just getting bombarded from every which direction. It's terrible. With that being said here, ladies and gentlemen, there are only a few minutes left in this episode. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is definitely motivational towards myself and making videos just like this now and in the near future. We will be posting the Halo series here on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if Halo isn't your jam, we'll be placing Pokemon Soul Silver coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays until both of those are wrapped up. Halo should be done here. This is episode number 7. There's only 10 episodes in Combat Evolved, so it should be wrapped up relatively shortly within the next week or so. And then Pokemon Soul Silver, I would imagine, is going to reach about 40 to 41 levels in length, so we're almost done with that Let's Play as well. It is really fun. We're doing a lot of legendary stuff and definitely making a lot of progress this week and next week specifically, so if you're into those Let's Plays, please feel free to go out and check them out. Once we finish those two, I think I have made up my schedule for what we are going to be doing. We're going to switch into Super Mario Land on Mondays and Wednesdays, which was an old GBA game that came out way back when, until we could fill some time because we do have another big Let's Play coming out. And then once Super Mario Land is wrapped up, we will be starting with Luigi's Mansion 3 to celebrate October here. And then we'll also be playing the new Super Mario Odyssey game. So, lots of exciting stuff. You got to make sure some old games, some new games, lots of stuff coming out. Obviously, right here with the flood, I'm getting completely and utterly annihilated, but I will leave you here with the last 3 minutes uninterrupted, so you can enjoy that gameplay. I really have to use the restroom, and yeah, I mean, I pretty much summed up everything that you need to sum up in this episode. Next episode is going to be another big episode here on the Halo series. Of course, getting close to the finale, every episode is going to be a big episode, but I encourage you all to drop in, watch the video, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's greatly motivational towards myself. We started this year at like, I don't know, maybe like 10 subscribers, and now we're in the mid-70s, high 70s, almost 80. It's been super exciting, and I'm glad that you all are enjoying the content and enjoying everything that I'm putting out. So, yeah, double thumbs up to you guys. Hope you all had a snazzy week as we are approaching midweek here, and have an even snazzier week following this and weekend. And until next time, guys, everybody take it easy. As always, peace out, Girl Scout, and we will see you on the next one.
Lick my toad!
barrier surrounding the index will deactivate when we reach the ground floor. You may now retrieve the index. Protocol requires that I take possession of the index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry.